In most cases, a keyword will not be given for the case of decoding. However, they will be replaced by some of the hints noting what numbers match what kind of dots or dashes. This is why I was mentioning in the videos earlier that keywords are sometimes optional in the decoding process. So here's an example. I'm going to show you how to do that. So first off, we always want to be organized, and we're going to write down one, make a little table. I'm going to keep track of what each number is going to mean. We can fill them in with what we know. And then we're going to map that onto the series of numbers that we're going to crack. So just during the process, it always helps if you want to try to be as organized as possible so that things are kept track, and make sure that you are writing very clearly. It's just going to be nothing but helpful when you're starting to figure out what the message means. Okay, just for clarity, I'm going to use another color to show what is our deductions. So here, let's see. First of all, we can try and see what we know already. So there's a word separator. There's I, H. There's an E. There's an A. This is an O. No, this is not an O. This is an S. Okay, so see here, so we have 4 dots in a row. We know that this is going to be H, and all the Morse codes for letters are not going to exceed a length of 4. So we know that whatever, for 3, it's always going to be starting with an X as a separator. So, and we can see from here that all the, both other options for things that start with an X are taken by 8 and 9. So we can know for sure that 3 is going to be followed by a dash. So that's helpful, and then we can fill in some more stuff with that information. So, and then here is another one where we can fill in, there's a C. This is an N. And yeah, that's pretty much all we have. Okay. So another thing to notice here is that we have 3 dots or dashes in a row already, and we have another number. This means that 6, and we also know that all the ones starting with an X are taken, so we can definitely for sure know that 6 is ending with an X. So what's here? So there are 2 options, right? It's either a C, so the ending would be a dot, or a Y. So we can kind of try both, but we'll just kind of know that keep that kind of as a back burner in our head. Anywho, oh, I forgot a 5 here. Oh, that helps. And then so this is going to be 4 in a row, and that's gonna give us a V. So again, 6 is something here. So, and then we can fill in, use a squiggly for a placeholder for whatever we don't know about 6. There's that. And then we can kind of see here, so between these 2 we have some kind of a word forming, and then there is an A, so I have something A, we can most likely deduce that this is going to be a dash to make it an A. So let's fill in some other spots to see if that's going to help. This is going to be a Y, and then be an M. But I have a something. It sounds about right, so we can put that in there. Okay, let's see what's next. So let's see here. So out on the table we have 1 and 7 unfilled out. So they have two options. One of them is going to be a dash dot and the other is going to be a dash dash. So now it's basically kind of a trial and error thing because there's only two options. It's going to be a slightly easier thing to do. So unless you have eliminated most of the options, I wouldn't recommend just trial and error. You can always go and see if you have a nice sense. Oh, I have to fix that. But in this case, it is pretty safe that we say we can take a wild guess for what one of them is. So I'm going to start with 1 being dash dot. So let's see, there's a dash dot here. That's going to give me a K. Dash dot, that's going to give me a R. So in this case then, 7 will be a double dash here. So this will be not an S. I keep mixing those up. This will be an O, and then this will be an I. That should have been filled in earlier on, but this will be a G, then this is an E. This is also M, O. So you can kind of read I have a shocking memory. That does make sense. So just in case if you flipped your trial, if you tried double dash for 1 first, and then you read something that doesn't make sense, that's okay. You can just start over with very little time that you've wasted on that option. But here it is. This is how you basically decode with hints without a keyword for the Morbit Cipher.